And that's a total knockout. 1077 The Bronx Best Damn Sports Report continues to stand above the rest. If you want to stay updated on any of our past reports, make sure to check it out on 1077thebronx.com/Best Damn Sports Report. Anyway, let's get back to the biggest hits and best variety on 1077 The Bronx.
1077 The Bronx, 1077thebronx.com. You're a 2025 nominee for 11 Intercollegiate Broadcasting Systems Media Award and 2-time IBS Award winner for Best Station Giveaway for the Excellent Egg Hunt and Best College Morning Show for Wake Up Rider weekdays 8 to 10 a.m. on 1077 The Bronx. This is the Bronc Weeb. Guys, the direct was incredible. I need a moment just to gather myself and get this information because they revealed so much. It was an hour long. It was an hour-long direct. So much stuff for any of the games that haven't been mentioned. Sequels, there's too much. I just got to give you all music so I can recalibrate. I got to recalibrate. Just to do a song, just so I can regather my life and get all this information on my phone. We're going to start our show with today. Oh, my God. I can't even speak. Y'all don't understand. This goes crazy. It goes insane. We're going to start our show today with A New Era Begins by Yasumasa Kitagawa. This is from Apollo Justice, the trilogy. Once again, we're playing A New Era Begins by Yasumasa Kitagawa on your station, playing nothing but the biggest hits and best variety, 1077 The Bronx. Okay, I'm ready. I'm locked in. The Ace Attorney magic is kicked in. I'm ready. I got the whole article from Nintendo. Oh shoot, wait, this is from the 27th. Anyways, I lied. But we're going to do, you know what, we're just going to freestyle. I'm going to find this. Okay, I think this is the one. Okay, so first of all, let's just talk about the console itself before I even get to the games. So they revealed Nintendo Switch 2. It has a numerous amount of options. Insane. I mean, 120 FPS, 1080p graphics, stuff like Elden Ring and Fortnite are coming in. Like, it's like 120 frames per second in a handheld device. This is what we consider a Steam Deck competitor. I think this console alone already beats Steam Deck just because it's an upgraded Switch. The Switch just needed a bit of upgrades and newer releases, and we're getting that. Like, it's insane. If you're looking at it, there's 2 Type-C ports. I know the dock has some new stuff. The Joy-Cons, if you see the trailer before, they're not a slide-on. There's a plug-in, which I feel like helps avoid a lot of the wear and tear. There was also, let me see. Oh, there's a C button on the right Joy-Con. Now, in the Wii U, they had a similar button. That's basically what, like, Luigi, quote-unquote, would help you, oh my gosh, I'm stuttering so hard. I'm just so excited. That C button would help you, like, have Luigi help you beat whatever puzzle in the game. They had something on the 3DS like that as well. You use, like, your Street Pass coins. I remember I used that for, like, Link Between Worlds, trying to get the Master Sword in the maze, because I was like, man, this is just dumb. I need help. Link, save me. But I think the C button now is that they basically made the Nintendo Discord, so you can join, like, a chat room through your Switch. Now, it's not like the app where it's like, oh, you can join a call, but it's like basically doo-doo behind quality call on your phone. Now it's on the Switch itself, and you can do. And there's a camera, by the way, as well that is coming with the Switch, so you can do like a FaceTime, basically like a Nintendo Discord call through the Switch too. Now, and you can like share your screen and stuff like that. In said party, it's crazy. This can be very interesting. They also what you got? Excuse me. What is it? What I'm thinking of? They also have it so anytime you capture, you take a picture or you record any videos on your Switch, it gets directly uploaded to your Nintendo app. So now instead of doing that whole complicated system, if you have a capture card and you want to get media from your Switch, now it's just straight to the app. If you know, it's some app called like Party. Nintendo uses it for Fortnite for when people want to use their clips and they can't do it because you can't clip things on the Switch through Fortnite, but you can through the little game, through the little app. It's like something Party. Me and my friend Kayla used all the time to get clips from our Switch when we were playing on it. But it's just insane. Like this Switch is just an overhaul. However, the price is also scary. So before we even get to any games that we selected, let me pull up the tweet because everything's just crazy right now. So the console itself is about $450 US. Now, in recent news, that's not considering the new, because, US, we got a bunch of tariffs things going on. That price can go up because we're expecting like 46% in tariffs. So it might be over $500. So just be ready. Switch 2 is going to be expensive. Pre-orders are dropping exactly a week from today, April 9th, and the console drops June 5th, which is just insane. Really insane. But yeah, price for the console, $450 as of now. For a Switch 2 Pro controller, $80. A Joy-Con, $90. The Joy-Con's more? The Joy-Con is more than the Pro controller? Are you kidding me? The camera for sets for the Switch 2 is $50. And to get a dock set, so literally, if you break your Switch 2 dock, it's going to cost you $110. $110. Are you kidding me? They saw PlayStation and said, you know what? We can up all those prices. We ain't scared because they're right. They're not scared. I am. My wallet was upset the entire Direct because this is insane pricing. Shoot. Okay. So the Nintendo Switch 2 camera is like a little mini. It's like a little small one, but $50, man, this camera better be able to like scan for diseases, man. Shoot. Dedicated USB-C camera made, especially for Nintendo Switch 2, includes one USB-C charging cable. Whether in TV mode, tablet mode, or handheld mode, you can video chat with friends or use other in-game camera features by plugging this camera into the USB port. Place the camera wherever you like and adjust its angle to get the best shot. Okay. What comes in the sort of... Okay, so I think the dock set... So the dock set is $110, and that comes with... the types, so it's a double Type-C cord for the Switch dock, and I believe just a USB cord as well, along with the dock. Yeah, because let's see. Switch 2 dock, AC adapter, USB-C charging cable, and ultra high-speed HDMI cable. So I wonder if the price will be different once they fall back a bit on the price. Because that way, it's like if you just get the dock, I wonder if it'll be different. Left and right Joy-Con, so a whole set of Joy-Cons is $90. Joy-Con 2 charging grip. Wait, what? Oh, shoot. So if y'all remember, the original Switch had like the Joy-Con, like basically you put the two Joy-Cons in to make a makeshift controller. This one charges the Joy-Cons itself. So you plug them in and it acts as like a bootleg charger. That's $35. Okay. That's crazy. And the Pro controller is $80. What features does it come with? HD Rumble 2. I didn't know there was a 1. Motion controls, built-in Amiibo functionality, capture button, C button for game chat, GLGR buttons that you can map to any button you choose. That's basically like the undergrip buttons right underneath like where you place your hands. Audio jack, 4-pole stereo, 3.5mm mini plug. Only for use with the Nintendo Switch 2 system. So you can't use this for like PC or anything like that. Okay. Makes sense. Whew, that's crazy. Like just the console itself is insane. It's so expensive. Like this is like getting this console. Now, me personally, I think if you have a Switch right now, you wait a good like 2 years. Because though, yes, all these games are coming out literally in 2 months. 2 months. Switch 2's dropping, and in the following months, all these new games are dropping. I'll probably talk about the games in our next announcement because I got like 7 minutes, man. I got more rambling to do about the console itself. Like these announcements came out, I almost had a heart attack because I was like, yo, everything's amazing, but these prices are absurd. Because I mean, the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 were $550 when they dropped. And then again, they were getting scalped like crazy. Oh, I got to tell you guys of the update with how they're handling scalping as well. Because in order to pre-order a console, you need to have had at least 12 months of a Switch membership. You only purchase one, 12 months of a Switch membership. Oop, I just dropped my phone. Anyways, what else? Sorry, I'm digging through like all my tweets. Whatchamacallit? Where is it? I'm just digging through my Twitter because that's all my sources are, bro. I was like bookmark. Just everything because everything's just new. It's crazy. Whatchamacallit? Where is it? There was something. Because it was like, I can't find it. But basically, it was like, you needed the 12 months of a Switch membership. You need to verify it through your email. All that stuff. It's insane. It's just insane. Oh, there we go. Pre-order invites. So it's like you need to have Switch Online membership for at least 12 months and played 50 plus gameplay hours on the Switch 1 in order to pre-order the Switch 2, which I think is kind of crazy because then again, realistically, if someone doesn't have a Switch by now and they were trying to get the gaming, I feel like that maybe you don't deserve a right to the Switch 2. I don't know. Because I mean, it's the Switch. Like, it's the go-to device. They got it should count for the Switch Lite. Yeah, because the Switch is universal. It doesn't matter which one you got. But yeah, 50 plus hours and 12 months of a membership. Like, shoot, there might be people who don't have a membership at all, just play the Switch. But I guess they're trying to get the real, like, make sure that it's not a case of like, oh, someone who doesn't have a Switch at all can buy like a bunch of them and then try to overprice them, sell them later. Because it's already $450 pre-tax and pre-tariffs effect. So this is already insane. It's going to be very interesting how June hits and those sales. It's going to be very interesting. I'm trying to see if anything else because once we get after announcements, I'll talk about like the games, what we're getting, what remastered, because we got a bunch of games getting remastered. This stuff with the Zelda games like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, by the way, which is absurd. Like, it's just a complete overhaul. Like, this is a jump scare of a direct. Like, my stomach, I feel so anxious. I'm stressed. Let me see some other features. Switch 2 screen is 1080p up to 120 frames per second. LCD screen with HDR support. Joy-Cons magnetic. Bigger SL, SR buttons as bumpers and triggers. Larger control sticks. Mouse controls confirmed for each Joy-Con. Improved speakers, clearer audio. Built-in mic, noise-canceling tech. Ooh, okay. 3D audio. New stand, large, sturdy. 2 USB-C ports, top, bottom. 256 gigabyte storage. That's amazing. And I wonder if you can add, like, because, you know, like, they have the Switch SD card. If you can add that, too, shoot. Be insane. Fan ventilation in dock. Makes sense. New dock supports 4K. This could be insane. This could be genuinely insane. And backwards compatible with Switch 1, physical and digital. Now, they are doing a new thing with these cartridges in games. Like, it's like a virtual game card. I'll research it as we get alpha of announcements. But basically, it's like a new way of looking at the games. And speaking of said games, the cost of the games, right now, the average cost for a digital game coming out for Switch 2, $80 for digital. And it's $90 for physical. You know how crazy that is? $80 for a game, $90 just to get a little cartridge in a small case? Like a fifth of the console for a game? I feel bad for anyone trying to ask for a Switch 2 on Christmas. Be like, oh, la, la, la. Oh, I'll get Jimmy this. $90 for Mario Kart again? These parents don't know what difference between these Mario Karts. I'm getting my kids a Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the 8-year-old game. Like, dude, $90 for a physical game. Like, I feel sick saying it because I'm not paying $90. I'm waiting for every holiday sale. I'm getting all the pre-owned games. I'm sorry. If I get the Switch 2 in the next 2 years, I don't plan on it because I don't play on my Switch a lot. It's going to be a waste of money to do it. I don't get the free time to grind out games anyway. But this is just insane. It's just insane, man. $90 for a game. $80 digitally. And it might even cost to upgrade your games to the Switch 2 version if you own the Switch 1. So you want to upgrade Breath of the Wild to Switch 2. I think it might cost $10. That's more hearsay. I've been talking with my friends about it. There's no confirmation yet. We'll get more news as the weeks go along because this weekend there's supposed to be like a Switch 2 showcase. Now, only select people can get in, not even just content creators. It was literally a lottery system whether or not you would get a ticket to actually go to said like event to go view the new features and like exclusive in-person features that they'll show you in Switch 2, what games, stuff like that as well. But man, just from the cost of everything alone is insane. But don't worry, after these announcements, we're going to talk about all the fun stuff. We're going to talk about all the new games coming out, the remasters, and one game I'm very particular about. I'm not going to talk about it yet because if I talk about it now, I'll get going to these ads. I'm going to go over my time. But like I said, we'll go all into that after some announcements. 1077 The Bronc is celebrating the 10th anniversary of Cruising from Commencement with our biggest giveaway ever. Win a car from Team Toyota. Win a cruise courtesy of Josh Harry Travel. Win $1,000 if you're an undergraduate or graduate student eligible to walk at commencement this May. Create a 2.5-minute video about your rider experience to drive home from commencement in a 2025 Toyota Corolla Cross L all-wheel drive SUV. Sail to the Bahamas with Royal Caribbean or score $1,000 from Fulton Bank. Go to 1077thebronc.com/cruisin25 to learn more and upload your video by Sunday, May 11th. We'll be back with more of the Bronc Weeb after these underwriting announcements on your 2025 IBS Award winner for Best Morning Show for Wake Up Rider, 1077 The Bronc. Speaking of the Radiothon, guys, we raised, I believe... I'm going to round up to $1,000. Last time I got updated, I had $999. So thank you once again to all my supporters out there, whether you're anonymous or put your name in there. Much appreciated. The Radiothon was amazing. Actually, I want to see where we're at right now before I go back to rambling about the Switch. 1077 The Bronc. See, look at the selfish plug. Radiothon. Let's see. Where are we at to now? Donate. I still can't believe we hit our goal before we even got to Friday. It was insane. Okay, 22,197. That's awesome. Actually, just insane. Very glad that this is a great moment. I met so many people. It was great. Like I'm more of a lurker in the station, so it was so fun catching up with everybody. Just doing a radiothon, being in the station for like 24 hours straight. It was just fun, guys. Overall, just a great success. So thank you all to support who supported me or just support the station overall. Thank you. Now, speaking of financial support, let's talk about the Switch 2. All right. So let's start out with the first game. Mario Kart World, the new Mario Kart, is going to have up to 24 drivers. There's a million new different characters. They got the penguins from 64, the bonefish. Like, they have a whole bunch of peeps. So, and that's going to be $80 base game. Right, I'm pretty sure it's $80 digitally and then $90 physically. So this is, it's crazy. It's just crazy. And the article I'm reading off IGN, they said, which is higher than any base Switch 1 game ever released. They're going to make a Mario Kart World Direct April 17th at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. post or PT. So if you want to know about Mario Kart World, look out for a notification from YouTube or YouTube live stream on April 17th at 9 a.m. Up next, this is what I was so hype about. We got Donkey Kong Odyssey, Donkey Kong Bonanza for the Switch 2, releasing in July. It is literally Mario Odyssey, but it's Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong ain't never had a game like this. We've been getting Donkey Kong Returns on loop for like 15 years. On every call, we got Donkey Kong Returns on ice, Donkey Kong Returns with friends. That's all the Donkey Kong games we got. Now we have a full fleshed out open world Donkey Kong game. He needed this. I needed this. This is what's going to make me get the Switch 2. I want that Donkey Kong experience. That was my childhood, but I didn't play any Donkey Kong games besides Country Returns because that's the only game he had. At least while I played with Mario Kart, Mario Party. He had more appearances as a side character than as his own game. It was like crazy. Because all his games were just remasters of the same game over 4 consoles. It was absurd. But it's like a 3D platformer. I can't even do it justice to describe it. You just gotta check out the trailer. Oh, Kirby Air Riders is coming. We have a Kirby Air Riders coming to the game. When the trailer first started, it had the Smash render. It was giving World of Light. I'm like, you're not in Smash Bros. 6 right now. You're not showing the next Smash Brothers right now. You're insane. You're crazy. But Kirby Air Riders looks really cool. It's gonna be fire. That's another racing game coming out. And then we have remasters or Switch 2 editions to Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. That's weird. IGN said Tears of Wild. They're fired. Get them off the team. Get them off the team, coach. IGN, what's going on? That's not the title. Be so for real. But the remasters are very cool because they're doing things where I think your phone is always going to be connected to the Switch 2 through the Nintendo app. So I think either through the controller, PlayStation, they'll have dialogue play through the controller sometimes. I think they're going to do that with the memories in both Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, which is insane. So these Switch 2 editions might add even more context, more fun facts, more little Easter eggs. It's going to be really cool. I'm excited. And speaking of the Zelda series, Hyrule Warriors, oh my gosh, what's the title? I got to dig for it. Oh my gosh, wait. There's all these games, but I need to know where the other game is. Where is it? Oh my gosh. Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. Essentially, we're getting Hyrule Warriors, but it acts as we got Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, which acted as like its own timeline, but also as an in-between for before Link died. Before he died, quote unquote, before he went back to the chamber for 100 years. This is all what happened prior, technically, because they changed things with like cameos from like other timelines. So it's its own storyline, but it shows moments from like prior to Link falling and failing to defeat Calamity. That I'm so excited for, but I'm like, my pockets are already scared. I can't recover from this. Like I can't buy it. I can't do it. My mama would look at me crazy. This is not a good financial decision. I can't do it. But yeah, all Zelda stuff's going crazy. Metroid Prime 4, we talked about that last week. We got announcements for that. Oh, they announced the Switch 2 version because Metroid Prime 4 is also coming to the regular Switch, so don't worry about that. Kirby and the Forgotten Land and Starcrossed World brings a new story to Switch 2. So I think that's just a remaster of previous Kirby games. I gotta get those. Super Mario Party Jamboree, that was a new Mario Party game that got announced. With mouse, what is mouse controls? Because that's been mentioned a couple of times. Because it says like the Joy-Cons have mouse controls. Is it are they talking like keyboard or mouse or like? What are you talking about? But that released July 24th. Pokemon Legends ZA's, the Nintendo Switch 2 edition, will feature improved resolution and frame rate. So Pokemon Legends ZA is coming to Switch 1 along with Switch 2. So once again, another game to worry about. They have a purchasable welcome tour. Don't buy that. Just wait for Scott the Woz or literally any other tech YouTuber to explain the tech of the Switch 2. Do not buy this. Do not pay for a tutorial for the Switch 2. Don't do it. Drag and Drive is an online 3V game. That's more of a throwaway. Nintendo GameCube games are coming exclusively to Switch 2 via Nintendo Switch Online. So now Switch Online is going to be even better with Switch 2. I mean, they had stuff like Soul Calibur, Wind Waker. We're getting Wind Waker on the Switch 2. Like, this is crazy. Soul Calibur, Wind Waker, the game where Falcon comes from. It's some racing game, but like we're getting a huge collection of GameCube games coming along for the Switch 2 online pack. It's insane. We have Dusk Bloods, which is a From Software game. It's exclusive to the Switch 2. Basically, we got Bloodborne 2. Well, we got Bloodborne 1.5 only on the Switch 2. Now, if this was on the Switch 1, I would have cried. But since we have a lot of these upgraded graphics, I mean, you could literally be playing basically Elden Ring on the go, which I don't think is safe because you're gonna be like, say if you take a Switch 2 on the play, like, you play a little bit of Dusk Bloods, that's still a From Software game. That's still that's a Souls-like game. You can't be crashing out. You can't be sitting there crashing out because you lost to a boss in the middle of a fight. They're gonna kick you out. You can't do that. But that's coming to the Switch 2 as well in 2026. Speaking of Elden Ring is getting its own tarnished edition on Switch 2. So basically, Switch 2 edition for Elden Ring, which is awesome. Like, we're getting Elden Ring on the Switch. It's insane. We're talking about Hyrule Warriors. Deltarune Newest chapters will launch on the same day as Nintendo Switch 2, and Toby Fox did announce that any future chapters you will not have to purchase them. They'll just be free updates as act as DLC. Chapters 3 and 4, they're going to drop on June 5th, like you said, same day as Switch 2. Hades 2 will be released in 2025 on Switch and Switch 2 before other consoles, which is really cool, which will be complete with a target of 60 frames per second, so the game's gonna run nice. Final Fantasy VII Remake, Intergrade, Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition, Street Fighter 6, Split Fiction, and numerous other games are also coming to the Switch too. I got the list. We got EA Sports Madden NFL, EA Sports FC, NBA 2K, WWE 2K, Split Fiction, Cyberpunk, Final Fantasy VII, Street Fighter 6, Sid Meier's Civilization 7, Hogwarts Legacy, Bravely Default Flying Fairy Remaster, Borderlands 4, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4, Yakuza 0 Director's Cut, Fortnite, so they already secured the funds. Enter the Gungeon 2, Hitman World of Assassination. Really? That's insane. Signature Edition. Project 007, Star Seeker, Astroneer Expeditions, Diamond Ex Machina, Titanic Sion, Survival Kids, Star Wars Outlaws. Oh, they shadow dropped this like crazy. We officially are getting Silksong. We had gameplay footage. It's announced. We're getting it 2025. After 5 years, we got a Silksong update, and they just brushed it in there like it was casual. Now I don't know if I think Silksong. I don't know if Silksong is only going to be, whatchamacallit, if Silksong's only going to be Switch 2, or it's also going to the Switch 1 as well. I have no updates on that. That I couldn't tell you. But we got Silksong, Kunitsugaimi, Path of the Goddess, and Re-Animal. And we got like Tamagotchi Plaza and all the stuff we got announced last week at the previous Direct. So I think last Direct they did a surprise Direct, so that way this Direct wasn't 2 hours long, because that would actually be insane. I think I would have had a heart attack if the Direct gave us that much information. But that's all the games coming to the Switch 2, basically for like the first 4 months of its release. I mean, my thing is, my worst fear is this: that only like a handful of the games are backwards compatible. Because I have a huge amount of games. I mean, I have a lot of digital games. So I'm hoping those digital games will just be free to Switch to. Once again, if you have a Switch, I recommend you just wait it out, let the cost go down. Granted, it's Nintendo, it won't go down a lot. It'll probably stay at the same price no matter what. But wait for a good holiday season, not this holiday season. Maybe like the following holiday year, like next year, then try to get it, build your funds, really mentally prepare yourself for the cost of stuff. Like really see how much it's going to be. Don't be dead set to get it unless you have the free time to literally grind it out. Because the bundle to come with Mario Kart World is $500. So let's say you get the bundle, and mind you, the bundle comes with everything when you get the console. So it comes with controller, Joy-Cons, the chargeable hand grip, stuff like that. If you get the bundle, now let's assume very few of your games transfer over, and you want to get like Donkey Kong Bonanza. You already got Mario Kart World through the bundle, Silksong, or like other games. You're gonna be going up to like $700 within like a month. This is a lot of money, like a lot. And that's coming from the guy who obsessed over getting the PlayStation 5. PlayStation 5 at least had like, I'm doing wrong. PlayStation, sure, you could make them like, oh, do you have games or whatever, which I don't understand the argument. We have games. It just takes forever to get them. But I just don't like. Listen. The Switch 2 is different than the PS5, because the PS5 was more of an upgrade and gradually stuff from the PS4. There was stuff was still released on PS4, PS5 up until literally last year. Now, I mean, Switch 2, it's like out the get-go, there are Switch 2 exclusive games. You can't play these games unless you have a Switch 2. Which is kind of sneaky, it's money grabbing, especially since they announced it 2 months ago and they gave us a release date today, saying pre-orders are online next week, and then it drops June 5th. Summer's gonna be a movie. YouTubers are gonna have a field day. I'm gonna be watching every YouTuber, every live stream, seeing all these different games, because it's gonna be incredible. The summer will be a movie. I know for a fact, I only know maybe 2 people in my life that are gonna get a Switch 2 day 1 or the first month of getting it, because that's a lot of money, man. That's $500 just to get Mario Kart World and everything with the Switch 2. That's crazy. That's generally crazy. But man, I'm excited. The remasters are gonna be so cool with Nintendo. I really want to like when you upgrade your game to the next version of Switch 2, it doesn't cost even like $1 because that's absurd. I'm just making it I'm just giving an updated version. I own the game. Please don't be that guy. It's gonna be very interesting. Ooh, I need to check out. Let me see, because they did something about virtual game cartridge. Game chat has a new feature online. Accessories. Where is it? I thought it was in this article too. Pre-orders. Invitations will go out May 8th, 2025. Will be prioritized. So it basically is like a lottery system. Say how they did the PS5 and everything. Okay, yeah. It's new features like mouse control. Let me open this link. What is mouse control? Ever since Nintendo Switch 2 reveals, uses mouse controllers like on the PC and the way they moved in the trailer. Now we finally have official confirmation as to what they do. The Joy-Cons can operate in mouse mode, which will allow players to slide the Joy-Cons across flat surfaces and use the analog stick to stimulate a left click and right click, similar to a standard mouse. Additionally, 2 Joy-Cons can even be used in the mouse mode simultaneously, with one in each hand or one in standard mode with the other in mouse mode. In other words, the game is your oyster. So now we have basically a mouse. So there's a mouse mode with the console. That's crazy. That's it. They went all in. They knew we wanted the next gen Switch. We didn't want we didn't want another OLED 3. We wanted a genuine upgrade. Also, the main screen for the Switch is 7.9 inches. The original Switch was 6.2. Very cool. What else? Okay, that's it for there. I need to see where that virtual game cartridge is, because I gotta delve through Google to see what is going on. Card Nintendo. Let me see. Oh, so because I saw the little problem. There's a virtual game card. So the virtual game card feature for Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2 systems adds some of the flexibility of physical game cards to your digital game library. If you have 2 systems, you can digitally eject and load games from one system to another, and you can even lend games to members of your Nintendo account family group. So view your digital game library. Virtual game cards may not be available for demos in some Switch Online member exclusive games. Select the game you want to load and start playing as soon as the game data is downloaded. Move your games. So if you're on Switch Online, you basically, instead of like just be on the eShop in your library, you could upload it to like a Switch Online database and then load it into either device. Once a virtual game card is loaded to a system, not only you can play it without an internet connection, but other user accounts on the same system can play too. You can also manage and load virtual game cards via your Nintendo account on the Nintendo website. So you can lend games to other Switches on your account. Okay. So essentially you can just buy a game, have it digitally upload to this Nintendo Online library, and let's say it's a family members on the same thing. Instead of worrying about buying the same game for multiple people, they just have access to that one library and they just load in the game themselves. And it won't act like, oh, this person has a game, you have to wait till they're done. Everyone can play the same game simultaneously and it keeps their Switch data. That's incredible. And that's for the Switch and Switch 2. Wow. They went crazy with this. Like, this is actually insane. Oh, wow. They announced this last week too. I didn't fully get to watch all of last week's Direct, so that's just on me. But like, this is crazy. This is actually crazy. I'm going to see if there's any other remastered games coming out for the Switch too. See if I get a good list. Let's see the list they present. Play the latest games. Donkey Kong Bonanza. Yep. Oh, yeah. We got a lot of... Yeah, Borderlands 4. I think we talked... Yeah, so this is all the list. Okay, so I didn't miss anything for the article. Cool. Wow. This is insane. Human Fall Flat 2. It's Good Night Universe. Tamagotchi Plaza, the Nintendo Switch 2 edition, which is really cool. Rhino Remastered, The Mystery of the Soulless Army. 2 Point Museum. Oh, there's so many games. Shadow Labyrinth. Wild Hearts S. Sorry, it's a slow scrolls. You gotta remember me. Numunga's Ambition, Awakening Complete Edition, Story of Seasons, Grand Bazaar, Witchbrook. All right, now we're just getting goofy. Rune Factory, Guardians of Azuma, Reanimal, Fast Fusion. Like, the amount of games coming to the Switch 2, like within the first 2 months, is insane. So I understand if there's a rush to really get the Switch 2, but I gotta be honest. It is a lot of money to just get the bare essentials for this device. And I'm not even talking like accessories. I'm talking just about getting the Switch itself and then the games. This is insane. It's incredible. This is everything we wanted. This is what we want. Though, yes, the prices are crazy. This is what the Switch needed to be. Because if it was anything less, it would have been really bad. So thankfully, these games we still have some games that were previously announced for the Switch coming to Switch 1, but a lot of these newer games are just Switch 2 exclusive. Unlike like PlayStation and Xbox, like Miles Morales, for example, that's still released on the PS4. But obviously Spider-Man 2 didn't. But I feel like the Switch makes sense because like if there's no Switch 2 exclusives, what's the point of buying a Switch 2 when you have your Switch? You know, like my 2018 Switch is still kicking. All I need is for Ace Attorney and all my little games. So for right now, I'm good. But like come next year, I will save those funds. I'll try to sneak it once it gets like a night. Like it's $450 for now until tears. It's gonna be like $550 or even $600 for all we know. For Canada, it's $700. It's $700 in Canada. Now apparently in Japan, the game is $335, and they're region locking the game, so you can't just order it from Japan and get it cheaper. So a lot of people were like, "Man, call me." I think it was like Lead Cowboy. I think his username was, and he was like, "Oh, call me Lead Sod." But that's all the Switch 2 updates. I'll give my general opinions in case I haven't done it already after some announcements. At this egg hunt, diamonds are a bunny's best friend, and cruise to the Bahamas is something you can definitely use. Everyone on campus is getting excited for 1077 The Bronx annual Excellent Egg Hunt. On Tuesday, April 15th, the Bronx is laying 10,000 eggs on the campus mall for you to scramble for and crack open 20,000 pieces of candy and now more than $40,000 in prizes. From 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., there will be 8 food trucks, lots of games and activities, therapy dogs, rescue puppies, and a petting zoo. Go to 1077thebronx.com/egg hunt for all of the details. We'll be back with more of the Bronc Weeb after these underranked announcements on 1077 The Bronc. My bad, team. The energy's taking over. I'm literally standing up in the station because I can't sit down and talk about the Switch 2. Like, I just gotta say, overall, when it comes to the price, I think it's absurd. I think it's absurdly expensive. The Switch $450 is fine, but games going up, I mean, this is just, I think it's not just the Switch. I think the Switch is just now leading the charge of what's going to follow suit shortly. Definitely waiting for those holiday sales and pre-owned games when it comes to other games, personally, because I think that's the strat, honestly, because I don't think it's worth dropping all this money in the middle of the summer of all times. Like, man, it's the summer. Go out. Go to get some carnivals, man. Don't spend $1,000 on the Switch 2, please. I was thinking they're going to drop it in the winter. But then again, I think they knew, like, if they dropped it in the winter, the suspense and the wait, they would run out of stock. So at least drop it in the summer. They can restock for the winter holiday because a lot of fans going to get a bunch of, maybe not a bunch, because the Switch 2 is still expensive. But so there's going to be some happy families with the Switch 2 for sure. For sure. Honestly, even getting like one Switch 2 and you have like, if you're like a Switch household, that can still work out too. I don't know. It's going to be weird dynamic. Very weird dynamic. Oh, I don't know. I just don't know. It's kind of just crazy. It really is. Like, it's like I listened to Direct. I was in shock for, like, I had a piano class. I'm sitting there in shock looking at the ceiling. Like, the Switch 2 was real. And my wallet is afraid. My wallet's just scared. I'm not buying nothing. I'm not buying a thing in June. I can't do it. I don't got the budget. I don't got the resources. I'm going to win a YouTube competition. You know, they do like, we're like, oh, subscribe, like, and comment, and retweet this post, and you might win this. That's the only way I'm getting a Switch 2 this year. I'm just going to keep it so for real. I got my PlayStation. I got the OG PlayStation. That don't even exist no more. I'm good. I got my OG PlayStation, my OG Xbox One, and my OG Switch. All day one stuff. I don't need no additions. I don't need no pros. I'm good. Everything works just fine. I do need new PS5 controllers because they die super fast nowadays. But man, whew. It's crazy. It's just crazy. All right, on to some quick anime news before we end our show for today. Devil May Cry, the anime, which is coming out on Netflix, is dropping tomorrow. So I think at midnight tonight or sometime in the AMs tomorrow, April 3rd. So I'm definitely going to be on that. I'll give you guys my first episode reviews. Because I'm about to finish Ranma. And then once I watch that Devil May Cry, if I have free time, definitely start the Sakamoto days. But I'll definitely be keeping track of Devil May Cry anime, see where it goes. They also confirmed Bury the Light will be in the show, and they gave us a teaser trailer revealing Virgil will be in the anime. So expect a very high intense fight between the two brothers. It's gonna be peak. It's original story as well. It's not just, oh, this is from these games. I mean, it's gonna be references from the games, of course, sticking to the source material, but you can tell they're gonna take their own direction with it, which I love, because that's the same way when it comes to whatchamacallit. That's the same deal when it comes to the Sonic movie. Like, they do our original stuff, but keep it on par and in vein of like the games and the story they've built so far, which is really cool. I'm trying to think of any other anime stuff. There was something else. I'm crazy. I think I'm just crazy. Devil May Cry. I talked literally everything Switch 2. I'm talking about seeing all the reactions from Switch 2. This is overall just, this direct was probably the most generational direct ever. I think the only direct that will ever meet this is when and honestly when they reveal the next Smash Bros game. When they reveal Smash Brothers for Switch 2, it will be a done deal. That Switch 2 will live generationally. Because that's what we're all waiting for. When's the next Smash Brothers? You can't drop a Switch. They have dropped a Smash Brothers with a console since the dawn of time. All right, 64, Melee, Brawl, Wii U, and 3DS. Ultimate. I know Sakurai got one more in him. I know he's just scared. He's just nervous. But I know he's got one more. I know he's got one more in him. I know he does. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening to the Bronc Weeb. We're going to end our show today with Way of Life by Mayumi Fujita. This from Persona 3 Portable. Once again, we're ending our show today with Way of Life by Mayumi Fujita. We'll be back next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Stay tuned for more of the biggest hits and best variety on the Princeton Review's #9 ranked best college radio station, a 4-time nominee for NAB Marconi Radio Award for College Radio Station of the Year, and winner, and now 2-time Intercollegiate Broadcasting Systems Media Award winner for Best Morning Show and Best Station Giveaway. 107.7 The Bronc. Bye, guys. I try.